All right, so last we left you, we had installed the tank supports and made sure that the tanks were nice and secure, and installed our water pump as well as our water heater. And now we're on this side, the other side of the bus, and we are installing our water filtration system. And so we've selected these Culligan water filters and water filter housings for a few reasons. One is they are very robust. They have a clear housing so that we can see what's going on with the filters. Another nice feature is the top here has the bypass. There's a bypass built in, as well as an off and a water air purge, so you can purge all the air out by pressing this little red button. So we selected these after a bunch of research. They are the larger 4.5 inch by 10 inch format, which should allow significantly better water flow than the smaller 2 inch by 3 inch
10 inch
or by 10 inch filters. Sorry about that. And so we want to use pretty fine filters, so probably like a 5 micron, a 1 micron, and then a 0.5 micron with a carbon block in the last one, just for taste and chlorine and all that. And so we've done a fair amount of research, and in order to get the flows that we want, we had to go with this much larger format. So anyway, in addition to that, the water in the tank will also be allowed to recirculate. Like if we get something in our tank, or we feel like we need additional filtration, we can run a loop that will run it through the filter again and dump it back in the tank. And that would be in a scenario where, let's say maybe we're in a hurry to fill up, and so we bypass our filters, and so we can then be filtering on the way. So we can run our pump and filter, or when we get to where we're going, we can then run the filters and make sure the water's all filtered and clean and ready to use. So anyway, this is what this looks like now. We did have to modify this bracket up here. We have this bracket that holds the tank in, and now it also supports our filters up here. And so we've started plumbing already. This brass stuff is expensive, so we've had to do several reducers and elbows, and this is actually a one-way valve, so we can't get things that go backwards in the system. And so we're just figuring all this stuff out. Over here we'll have a T, and we'll start working on the water inlet. All right, so for the water inlet, the previous owner of this bus had the water inside the actual coach under the sink, and so he had the water inlet way up here, which is fine, but we have everything now in this bay, and we kind of wanted to keep it that way. We didn't want to do that, and so this was the inlet for the electrical with the last conversion. And so what we've done is now just remove this, and we can see that that's the hole that was in there, and you can see he did a real nice job of cutting that out. So we're going to go ahead and clean that up a little bit, because that's what we do. So anyway, we're now going to put in a proper water inlet in here, and it will fit in the same area, and it just has a 1/2 inch pipe on the back. So this is a one-way valve and a pressure reducer at the same time. So this will reduce the pressure to 65 psi, which should be fine. That should be more than what we need. And so it's just your typical RV city water connection. So we're going to have to make this an actual circle now, so that this fits in nicely. And we'll get that mounted up, and then we'll mount a hose onto here and see how we fit it into our incoming water supply. All right, so we're getting ready to cut out the hole. I was going to use my jigsaw, except I was afraid that it would hit. This is a double wall here, and I was afraid that it would hit the other side. And so a while back we bought this little nibbler thing, and it's supposed to be able to be pretty good at cutting metal. We were not very good with it, so we've not used it very much, but I'm going to try to cut the hole with this, and then we'll probably smooth it with some sanding and stuff. But here we go. It's going okay.
That's not too bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
No, it's not too bad.
It's better than it was.
Okay. It's not the quietest tool I've ever used. It's not doing too bad.
A little bitty jackhammer.
Okay, yeah. That made it better. We'll sand it and file
circular.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll make it look nice. Alright, so we put some butyl tape around the outside just to keep water from going inside in between the doors. So hopefully that'll hold it.
Does that look straight?
I'll stand back and look at it.
It's pretty straight.
It looks pretty straight. Like that.
So basically like carving it out.
A little bit. Wanna try it?
Just use like the edge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And then you can like peel it from there.
that's right. Okay. Yeah. Kind of like Play-Doh, huh?
Yeah, it's like my eraser.
Uh-huh.
Eraser.
There you go. Good.
Making faces at everyone.
Whoops.
Everyone. I'm making faces at you. How is it everyone? You're recording. I'm gonna post that.